Hello, it's Randy, your sewing machine man. This video is for Sue. This little Kenmore 8-stitch has steel gears. It's the model 158.13450, and it's got the zigzag with stretch. It's got the overlock, buttonhole. It's got the case and some accessories. I do not have the book, but if you'll search that, just do a search for Kenmore 8-stitch model 158.13450. You can order the book either as a PDF, print it, or get the hard copy. They're easy to get from Kenmore because they keep up with that and the aftermarket people as well. This one has, of course, straight stitch with a variable stitch length. Some have the stitch length built in. This you can vary your stitch length and your width. So straight stitch is going to be just forward and back. You have your reverse lever. Actually, you want to do that. I have a tension set on 4. That's where it's going to remain almost always. 3 to 5 is the range, but 4 is a factory preset, and of course this one runs at the factory preset. Almost all Kenmores do because they have a strong spring in there made out of good steel, and it keeps its resiliency for a long time. This is your adjustable pressure on top. Let me bring this back a little bit so you can catch that. Push the outside ring, it releases it. It pushes it down, and away it goes, and the compressor kicked off, so now you can hear me. That's even better. So that controls how much pressure, how much downforce is on the fabric. If you're doing freestyle monogramming, stuff like that, you take it completely off, all the way down for real heavy, and in the middle for just normal stuff. Your stitch length over here on the side is calibrated for you so you can go long and short. This is your zigzag width, how wide you want the stitch to be. You can make it real wide, and you can make it real tiny, like a satin stitch if you want. You want to do a tiny satin stitch, you can take it down real tight. And that's a real good test of a good machine, where you can do a real tight satin stitch. I have it laid out a real nice heavy satin stitch like that. That's really nice. Now this has the hem stitch, 3-step zigzag, has the stretch, regular stretch stitch, stretch overlock, inline stretch, rick-rack stretch, and that's just a matter of putting on its longest setting. It's going to do that. It's going to do the rick-rack. It's going to do a 3-step zigzag, 2 forward, 1 back, 2 forward, 1 back, and that's for doing your stretchy fabric, stuff like that. So that's a real modern stitch to have. And then, of course, if you're interested in the buttonhole, it makes a real nice buttonhole. My favorite buttonhole is the one this one has. It's a 4-step buttonhole, and it's about the nicest one there's ever been. Step 1, of course, always takes you down here in the middle. Step 1 takes you down the left-hand side of the buttonhole. You set your stitch length on the buttonhole setting. You put it on step 1, and the machine does the rest. Just give it the gas. It'll bring it down the left-hand side of the buttonhole. When you get to where you want to end, the size you want, you go to step 2, which is the bar tack. Give it 3 or 4 of those, the bar tack the end. Go to step 3, that's going to reverse and take you back up the other side, parallel to the first side. And of course, I'm looking over the shoulder here, trying to figure this out, trying to get it right. I'll get close. And then step 4 is finish the bar tack. And that makes a real nice buttonhole. And you grab your handy dandy seam ripper. You said I didn't go back up far enough. I couldn't see where I was going, but you get the idea. I didn't go back far enough because I started up here, but I have a guide. It makes this a lot easier, and I'll show that to you. Open the buttonhole up, and you got a real nice buttonhole. Now I have a guide that I throw in with a deal because it's a real nice thing to have. This buttonhole guide is calibrated, and it keeps your lines parallel and your stop-start. You can keep track of that. So you start out back here, and then when you get down to where you want to bar tack, you bar tack, and then you do the other side, side 3, and then it goes back, and when you get to where you started, it stops for you automatically. You can't overrun it like you can't overrun it like I did here. I'm not a skilled seamstress, so forgive me for that. But let's see, we got that buttonhole guide. We have a seam guide, which threads into here for putting on your edge for your seams. Of course, you have the marks in here with the calibrations. We have 7/8, 5/8 on the sides. That's engraved in the metal here, so you have those, and you bring this over to where you want it to be, whether it's a quarter or whatever, and then you tighten this down. And that's a pretty steady little concept. This has been around for a long, long time. This is certainly nothing new to anybody who sews. Is having your seam guide. So you tighten that down there. And it also comes with a standard zipper foot, and if you have a low shank Janome, all your feet will fit on this one, all your snap-ons, etc. You can change those out and use those. There's your standard zipper foot, and has the standard 15 class bobbins. And if your machine either has the bobbin case that snaps in like this one, the 15 class system, which is tried and true and works every time you try it, you can use that bobbin, or you can use the plastic which comes with the Janome, so you can use your bobbins, which is nice. So, self-adjusting tension, thread just like yours. The thread goes through front to back, flat side of the needle sits to the back, the bobbin winds up on top. It's like I've been doing it for a couple 100 years. You put it over, disengage the hand wheel, it winds, and when it's done winding, you tighten her back down, and away you go. Just tighten the clutch, and that seems to work best. It's the one I prefer because you don't have to worry about it not functioning for you. When you disengage, it works. When you enact it, it goes also. So this is a good little machine. I wish I had the book for it. I could ask more. The book, if you get the real book online, it's maybe 20 bucks, but you can download a PDF for less than that, I'm pretty sure. It's got the carrying case. It's got the free arm extension that goes on there, so you can use it as a flatbed. And it's a nice little machine. If you like this one, let's see, what do we got here? With case, $249 plus tax, so you put $825 on that. And it's a nice little machine. Let me know.